What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play RollerCoaster Tycoon. We are here at Diamond Heights for the, I guess, technical second time, but this is going to be our grand opening of this park. Even though it's clearly already open, we already have almost 600 guests and a decent park rating. But if you guys remember last time, when I was just kind of showing you guys the park, if anyone, or not if you remember, if you paid close enough attention, you would have saw a little message pop up saying that people were complaining about not having food and drink. So that is going to be the very first thing we do here. We're going to do a little food court area here. I know it kind of changed up whether or not I do food court versus just kind of stalls scattered everywhere. And I might do a little bit of both on this park since it is kind of scattered all over the place. This feels somewhat in the middle. There's walkways that go around here. This is a little outcropping, it looks like, to this area. And then it stretches all the way down back to our entrance. So this seems kind of middle ground. I'll probably build some more up by the front. But this is it for now. And I'm not even going to bother changing prices on pretty much anything. I just want to get things going. Maybe we'll come back to that later. However, with a map, I don't know why I bothered rotating that. Now with a map, with the umbrella, let's do... No, there's a... The highlight of this park is this black and white coaster, which we'll look at here in a bit. We're going to do black and white umbrellas in commemoration of that. Or not commemoration, but you guys know what I mean. Okay, I'm going to build a couple more of these, and while I do so, right as I was sitting down to record this morning, I got a knock on my door, and it was pest control. We get pest control that they come by the apartment once every, I think, 3 months, which is awful. The new apartment we're considering moving to, they get pest control once a week. So that is a 12-fold improvement. But, what was I saying? So they came by today, and not because they were supposed to, because they put in a special request, because if you guys remember, I had you guys follow my cursor a couple episodes back, because there was an ant on my screen. So I put in a request for ants to be eradicated, or hopefully. And the guy that came by today, he was probably the first competent pest control guy that has been by our apartment. He found a dead bug in the hallway outside of our apartment, and he followed the trail of ants, because ants like to eat dead bugs. He followed the trail of them all the way to the other side of our building, where he found a gigantic ant mound, like right up against the side of the building. And he figured it stretched underneath the building, inside the walls, and it's going to be a mess. And hopefully he can fix it, or kill the ants. But currently, as of today, he just put a whole bunch of ant poison on it, and I went out and looked like 5 minutes after he left, and I already saw like a couple ants like writhing in pain. But that's what they get for coming inside. You know, they get to get killed. Ants are nasty, and they're sugar ants too, so they get in all of our food, and I am not a fan. Okay, so last episode, enough of that. I said I would kind of go through and just kind of check on all of our rides and see. Actually, let's check on handymen and mechanics first. Are these guys set to cover half of the park each? Yeah, they are. That's a lot of footpath to cover. We'll hire a couple more, just that can go wherever. No, I'll let you go in the other direction. Are you going to continue to go in the same direction? Yes, you are. Okay, that's fine. We definitely need more than 2 handymen. We'll get 5 total for now. And I might go back through later and give these guys paths. I'm just kind of trying to get this park, I would say, up and running, but it's clearly already up and running. I just want to get it to my standard. And you can see, I don't think we've changed this yet or even looked at it, but you can see the handymen on this map are green and the mechanics are red. Usually it's the handymen are red and the mechanics are blue, but you can actually change their uniform color. So we'll leave that default for this map, at least. It's not default, but we'll leave that the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our rides. I kind of want to click on a boat and kind of watch it. So this is Snake River Falls. Let's see if I can get a view of where this thing goes to. Looks like a decent part of it is underground. Looks like it goes in right there and comes back out over here. I'm not sure. We're going to watch this thing. We're going to kind of just take a look at all the rides here, and as we go through, we might... I don't think we're going to repaint any of them. I respect the developer's decision to color these rides the way they did, or to paint them. Man, this guy's moving so slow. So we'll check and see these. Wait for full load. Minimum waiting time and maximum waiting time. I don't know if I've explained these before, and I rarely ever use them, nor do I ever come into an instance where they actually play an effect, or rarely ever do I. But if you have this set to full load, it will wait a maximum of 60 seconds for that full load to be reached. And if it waits more than 60 seconds, it will leave with whatever load it has, despite it being set to wait for full load. If you have it set to, let's say, a half load, it will wait at least 20 seconds before leaving. If it meets the half load requirement first, I'm not even looking at where this thing's going. Okay, so it's underground and coming up. It lifts here. Where is that coming out? I think he's going to come out right here. But if it meets that half load requirement before that 20-second mark, it will leave. And if it doesn't hit that half load by the time 60 seconds hits, then it'll do the same as if it were set as full load, and it will launch. So, traveling at 2 miles an hour. It might not be the most exciting thing, but I absolutely love log flume rides. The amusement park I'm most familiar with is probably Six Flags Over Texas, in I believe it's Arlington, Texas. But if any of you have ever been there, you can probably relate. There's a log flume. I forget what it's called. I've never really paid too much attention to the non-main attraction names. I probably should. Man, this is kind of a long ride. Okay, we're not gonna. Oh my goodness, we're not going to watch all of it. It looks like it comes out here, loops around, goes back up, and finishes. So, let's see how exciting this thing. Ooh, that's a good ride. Excitement rating of 6.08 with a low intensity, low nausea. I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that it goes underground a couple times. It obviously has something to do with going through this ride and maybe being in close proximity to the train here, or the railroad. But what are we charging? $3? I'm not going to do exactly $6. I feel like that's kind of robbing people, but knowing that I can charge that much, I am going to up it a little bit. What is this guy doing? Can he not afford it now that I increased the price? If so, I'm sorry, dude. No, he can totally afford it. Whatever. So we'll do $4 there. That's good. And again, we're going to respect the paint decisions. We are going to have everything be inspected every 10 minutes again, though. And we're going to have this thing play some music. Oh, good thing we got our information kiosks up already. This is the Indiana Railroad, our next ride at this park. There's no one really wanting to ride it. That's another good ride. This is a good park so far. The rides are nice. And something unique about this one is we'll go ahead and there's 2 trains. No, I don't want to change that. I want to go to... What? Where are these guests? What's disgusting? We'll take care of that in a sec. For now, they can deal with a disgusting park. I got things to do. Okay, so something that's unique about these is I'm not going to wait for... Okay, they're set to wait for a half load, so that's good. And so this is a prime example. If in 30 seconds this doesn't reach a half load, it will take off. Or at least it should, if I remember how this works. We're going to change that to every 10 minutes. Yep, and there it goes. That was about 30 seconds. So we're going to watch this thing as we talk about the railroad. So railroads, along with a couple other rides, are kind of unique in the fact that you can put multiple stations. So you saw there's a station right here. And these things can actually get moving pretty quick. Is that train 1 we're looking at? Yeah. 10 miles an hour just by chugging along at their own, or at its own pace. 9 now. Yeah, you can see it hits this other station. And we've got how many stations? 3 stations. I think you can do... Actually, I'm not going to say that because I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, you can see the other train right now is pulling back into... I think that's where we just came from. Yeah, that's the station we were just at. But you can see this is it's a cool ride. It's a transportation ride. It's around the exterior, not the exterior, the perimeter of our park. So it allows for good transport. Gets guests around the map. And we'll keep this at $2.50. Actually, no, we'll up it to $3. We're gonna just upcharge everything just a little bit. And this different colors per train, so you can do the engine and then the train cars as well. Oh, we just got a drink stall. We need to build that since we don't have any sort of drink anywhere in the park currently. Again, we're just going to kind of put these all over the place. Actually, that's really close to whatever. That's fine. We'll do one over here at the far end. Can I do one right there? Is that a thing? Nope, roller coaster in the way. That's okay. We'll do it right here. I know that's kind of close to our other one. That's not super close. You can see them both. Just barely. But they have to go quite a ways around to get to one. Or the other. And then we'll do another one up here kind of by the front. Yeah, adding music to rides just adds so much atmosphere to a park. Makes it feel like an actual amusement park. Every ride I've pretty much ever been on has their own exclusive music for that ride. But yeah, we're not going to do anything for the railroad, or the Indiana Railroad. I kind of like these names. They're cool. 912 per hour. Kind of a long wait time, but then again, you're waiting for it to go around the entire park, so... And you can see it goes really slow on inclines. That's one downside to these. But this thing is successful. 55 people in line. I'm going to take more of your money, guys. Sorry. Okay, let's take a look at what is next. Where's the station for this thing? Alright, so the next one is arachnophobia. Which, if you don't know what that is, arachnophobia is the fear of spiders. So let's go ahead and watch this car right here. I don't know if I'm just now noticing this after playing for how long. Let's go ahead and watch this thing. I'll talk about that here in a sec. Arachnophobia, again, is the fear of spiders. Spiders have, or arachnids, spiders, again, and arachnids have 8 legs. This is set to the one train right here has 4 cars, which can hold 8 people. 8 legs on a spider, 8 people per train. Coincidence? I think not. Ooh, and they're making good money on this. $4.50. It's okay. It's not bad. I think we've done a better one than this, but it's still good nonetheless. Kind of spacious. Loops around. I do like that. I need to start doing things like that, like modifying my path a little bit. I did it a little bit for the Wicked Waterfront on Leafy Lake, that steel coaster we built. That was kind of teal and this color red. We modified the path and the land to give that area, just make it look nicer. And I like what they did here. It looks good. I'm going to start doing a little bit more of that if I can. But yeah, this is a good ride. It's making us the monies. So, and what is this set at as far as inspection every 10 minutes, wait for half load? So it'll wait for a half load, but if there's more than that, it will continue to load up. So pretty much it's going to meet that half load if 4 people are in line. If there's more than that, if there's 5 people, that 5th person's not going to be able to get on. That's one thing I don't think I've covered. If you ever see a partially empty car, like right here, you'll never see just one person in a seat. They always go in groups of 2. So if you ever have 5 people in a line, the first 4 will get to ride it, but that 5th, he will not. Oh, look at that. Look at that response time. Oh, yeah. Go, guys, go. Okay, we need to hire a couple security guards. We've got a lot of broken benches, or at least I saw one, and I'm assuming there's more. But we're going to go ahead and add some, I guess, more trash cans? What do we need? There's some things here, but... See, that bench was broken. We'll add some more trash cans here and there, and probably some more benches. But I like this. They did the lights every other tile, or almost every other. Here on the little bridge there. Come on, mechanic, you gonna fix it? No? Someone else getting the call? Oh, he already got the call. He's already headed there. I spoke too soon. Okay, so those are 3 of our rides. One of them that I wanted to show you guys next just broke down. I'm getting turned around here. There we go. So let's go ahead and take a look at this thing over here, or these things, I guess. There's 2 of them. So these are unnamed. RollerCoaster 1, and I'm guessing this is RollerCoaster 2. What? Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, I don't think I've ever noticed this on this park. This is actually one ride with 2 stations. So you leave out of one station and you arrive at the other. So this guy's coming out of the station on the left. Let's go ahead and watch this car real quick. So this is a cool ride. It's short, it seems like, but that doesn't seem to be bothering anyone. So he came out of the left station, he's crossing over, and he's going in on the right station. I did not know you could do that. Okay, I just got some ideas for stuff we can do in the future. Sweet, and these are running on mine trucks. 6 cars. We'll leave it at what they have. I'm not going to change any of this stuff. We'll modify the stuff we build, but we'll leave this the same. Again, inspection every 10. It's not super reliable. We do need to give this a name, though. They're on mine carts, and they swap tracks. Miners mix up. Since it's all kind of woven together and they swap tracks, that's where you get the mix-up. $5. Oh, man. I am a fan. They built some good rides in this park. We won't put music on this thing. That's okay. And that's it for this ride, because I want to watch this ride. This is... Nope, that's Handyman 5. We're just going to watch this real quick. Because this thing is pretty impressive as far as how well they stay together for separating so much. Like, I'm pretty sure they end up almost identical. So that guy's all the way over there. This guy's over here. And you can kind of still see both of them. This guy dips out of view. He's coming underneath. This comes in with a little more speed, comes in a little later, but look at that. Look how close they are. Look at that. That's insane. And the paint job they did here is really cool. So this is agoraphobia. Oh, I used to know the name of that. Fear of heights? If it's not fear of heights, I'll put it on screen right about now. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I think it's fear of heights, though. And if you didn't see anything pop up here, it's because I was right. And then claustrophobia is the fear of tight spaces. That one I know for sure. So unless agoraphobia is the fear of like openness, because then the rides would match their names, because claustrophobia is the black track. That one spends a lot of its time underground. Agoraphobia spends a lot of its time out in the open. If that's the case, that's pretty cool. They did a good job naming and designing these. That's really awesome. Okay. Sorry for fanboying over the developers' designs here. So this is $5. We'll leave it at $5. There's not really much of a line. $5 for this one as well. Okay. Again, we'll do every 10 minutes on both of these. And both of them are set to wait for half load. Synchronize with adjacent stations. Make sure they're all set the same here. And they are. And the paint job is really cool too. The one on the white track has a black base, or the bottom half is black. The one on the black track has a white bottom half. And then both of them are kind of flame colored. The front two are red, orange, and then yellow in groups of 2 on both. So that's pretty neat. I like it. There's some trash here. Let's make sure we give them a place to throw that away. I guess we got distracted when we were adding trash cans everywhere and didn't quite put as many as we should. And you can see it looks like I'm about to place it on top. It'll actually place it in the tunnel. You can barely see it right at the tip of that arrow, but it's there. Yeah, there's some trash on the ground right there too. It's hard to see, but again, it's there. Miner's mix-up has broken down. All right, is there anything else we needed to take a look at? I think there were just some gentle rides. What is this? Grimble's Gallopers? Just a simple merry-go-round. 80 cents. We'll leave it at that. I don't want to overcharge because we seem to always drop our prices. Okay, we need to start getting our not our handymen. Not our handymen, our mechanics. We need to give them a little bit more specific walkways here. This guy's going to be in charge of just these 2. We're going to have another for just these 2. I guess he's fixing something else. As soon as he's done, we'll grab him, bring him over. All right, he's done there. You get to work over here. And these 2 are spread out to cover the rest of the park, I believe. We'll hire a couple more here once I get to where they need to be. So we'll have one just for this thing, and if we expand and build more rides in this area, he can cover those as well. And then we'll do one for... I don't know how the railroads break down, if all the stations close, or if you can just have one mechanic at one of the 3 stations, and that'll work. I'm not completely sure, so... Does that cover all that? I think it does. Yeah. Sweet, so none of our mechanics, minus the 2 original ones, have more than a 2-tile walkway. Except the one covering agoraphobia and claustrophobia. He's got a little bit more of a job. Is this thing getting fixed? Why is everything breaking? Okay, it's fixed. Thank you, Mechanic 1. You the best. Okay, let's see what's not in this park that could be built. So they've got a steel coaster. They've got all 3 of these. We don't have a haunted house. I thought I saw something saying there was a ride called yeah, here it is. Short Stuff Slide. So that's just the standard slide. They already have 5 people on it. Okay, so this is a 2.18 excitement. If I drop it to single ride, no, we're gonna leave it the same. That's fine. We're gonna have a, the line's gonna take longer, but it's a 3-tile line. I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Was he just? Oh, I thought he was getting impatient. Okay, so that's $1. That's okay. And again, every 10 minutes. Yeah, I think that's all the rides in this park. We've got the slide, we've got the merry-go-round, and then we covered all the big coasters. This railroad goes all the way around the edge. We've got the Snake River Falls, the Indiana Railroad, whatever this thing was called, another phobia, arachnophobia. Okay, and we're gonna just build a couple smaller things just to flush that out. Haunted house, always necessary. Finding places to build stuff on this map is difficult. There's always something in the way. We'll do the entrance on the side, the exit right there. There we go. It's always kind of difficult to find space to put stuff. I mean, there's plenty of space, but a lot of it is just over the water. Most of the land has already been occupied with the rides that are already in existence here. So we might have some interesting design challenges as we build some rides, but I'm up for the challenge. All right. What's a house that's on stilts over the water? I'm trying to think of one from like any movies or anything I've seen. We'll do $1 on that. That's fine. I don't know if I've ever clicked the paint tab on the haunted house. You can't change how it looks, just the entrance. Every 10 minutes again. And do we have any mechanics for this area? I don't believe so. We will hire another one. This is getting expensive with the number of mechanics we have. But with having everything inspected every 10 minutes, I want to make sure that they're not having to trek across the entire park to get to where they need to go. So that should alleviate that. And we're going to hire probably 2 more handymen just to respond to our guest complaint about our hideous, disgusting paths. Let me know if you guys feel like our rides are breaking down more now that we've set them to 10-minute inspection. I don't know if the park has just gotten, or if we've been in the park long enough to where things are starting to break down now, or if there actually is some legitimacy to that thought. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. We have 2 thrill rides we can build real quick, which we'll go ahead and do with all this space that's available. Man, we're gonna have to do everything on the water. That's fine. This will be our kind of basic ride section, I guess. And right there is good. It's actually on the water. Nope, I want to do it 1 over so it's elevated. Nope, that's still not what I wanted. Oh well, that's okay. So we'll have these pretty much on the water. Actually, I'm going to raise them up. I think it looks a little more realistic than having them just straight on the water. We'll have to expand this handyman's coverage route here, just so we can cover that. Where is this guy? Nope, that's not him. That's not him either. That's him. Mechanic 7. Alright, so he'll come out and cover all of this. There we go. And he might be even covering some more. What's another egg we haven't done yet? Again, I'm going to try to make these all egg themed throughout every park I do. As long as I can, at least. Eggs Benedict. If you guys can think of any more egg breakfast items. Best value park in the country. Awesome. I should be good for a couple more episodes. Oh, we don't have a mechanic for this ride, do we? I mean, there's someone heading there right now, but I wanted a designated mechanic, so this doesn't take as long as it currently is taking. It's kind of a long coverage there, or a big coverage, but that should cover all of it. Where's this guy coming from? Okay, he's right there, but this is one of the guys that is responsible for covering half of the park, and you guys saw how long it took to get there. We got an error message for it taking so long, or a complaint message, so... Eggs Benedict, $1. We'll wait for full load. This doesn't take too many people, and we'll get more people here soon. I'm not worried about that. Let's paint this thing up. Nope, that matches the ground too much. That's kind of cool. Why am I doing all browns? That's ugly. Red and brown? It's kind of elegant. Eggs Benedict. No, what color's Eggs Benedict? You've got a muffin or a biscuit, which I guess is kind of close to this color. And then you've got gravy, which is typically like a cream. Do we have a cream? That? No. What did we have before? Red? Cool, not the color of Eggs Benedict, but that's okay. I don't really know how well brown and tan was looking, so that's okay. Low excitement. We'll charge $1.50, just shy of what we can charge. Again, inspection every 10 minutes. And last but not least, we'll build the swinging ship, just to round out our basicness of this park. I just rotated way too much, and I'm clicking all the wrong tabs. This is going to be a short line, but I'm okay with it. It's a not so crazy ride to begin with. So yeah, this is our thrill ride section of our park. I'm a fan. Let's get that mechanic. Was it 7? I think? Yes, it was. Look at me remembering things, guys. I'm proud of myself. Alright, so he's got a decent area to cover. Not huge, actually. I can't even fit my screen around all of it, but he's got 4 rides. Everyone else has got like 1 or 2. So every 10, wait for full load. That's fine. And then what else do we need to do? I'm actually okay with the default colors of that. I kind of like it. So we're not going to change that. So everything else is... oh, we never gave a name to Haunted House 1. What's this thing named again? Snake River Falls. So this is Snake River. This can be... Serpent. So not snake, but serpent, and not a river, but a lake. Serpent Lake. Sure. I don't know, guys. I think it's okay. And then Haunted House 1. Haunted Mansion. Because this is kind of an elegant park. Or at least it was before I got here. We'll see if I can maintain that. Probably not, but we'll see. Oh man, it's already July? Oh, okay. I gotta end this episode, guys. We are July. We're getting somewhat of a long episode. Okay, guys. So welcome to Diamond Heights. We need to have a park value of at least 20,000 end of October year 3. We are on our way to doing that. We have a park value of... I was looking at the wrong one. We have a park value of 16 grand, and we need to have a park value of 20 grand. I don't know exactly what factors into park value. I'll see if I can look that up between now and then, so we have a better idea of what we're doing. But until then, have a great day. I will see you guys next time.